What if I told you there are ways to lower your blood pressure naturally, without reaching for a single pill? High blood pressure is often called a silent killer because most people don't even realize they have it until it's already damaging their body. But here's the good news. Small, simple changes in your daily life can start lowering your blood pressure almost immediately. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what steps can make the biggest difference starting today. So what makes blood pressure such a big deal? Think of it like the force your heart uses to push blood through your body. You need some pressure, of course, but when that pressure stays high all the time, even while you're resting, it wears down your blood vessels. That constant strain can set the stage for serious problems like heart attack, stroke, and kidney damage. And here's the tricky part. Many people don't feel any symptoms at all. By the time they find out, the damage may already be happening. But here's the part nobody tells you. Many of the everyday things you eat and drink are quietly driving that number up. Let's start with salt. Everyone's heard salt is bad for blood pressure, but most people don't realize where it's actually hiding. 3 out of 4 grams of salt you eat every day don't come from a salt shaker. They come from everyday foods like bread, cereal, and even sauces. Too much salt pulls water back into your blood vessels, which raises pressure like turning up a hose. The solution isn't just eating bland food, it's learning to spot the hidden salt. Look at labels, and if there's a color code, green is your friend. And here's a bonus. Many brands now have lower salt alternatives that taste almost identical, but salt isn't the only sneaky trigger you need to watch out for. Caffeine is another one that confuses people. For some, a cup of coffee is harmless. For others, it's like flipping a switch. Sudden palpitations, shaky hands, and yes, a spike in blood pressure. The easiest way to know which side you're on is to test it. Grab a home blood pressure monitor, check before your coffee, then again 30 minutes after. If the numbers jump, your body's telling you caffeine is a trigger. And it's not just coffee. Tea, energy drinks, cola, and even chocolate can add up. If you're sensitive, cutting back might make a bigger difference than you expect. Still, even if you never touch caffeine again, one change has been shown to have the single biggest impact of all. And that's weight loss. Here's a simple rule of thumb. For every kilo, just over 2 pounds, you lose, your blood pressure can drop by about 1 point. That means even modest progress matters. You don't need to shed 50 pounds to see a difference. Dropping 5 or 10 can already ease the strain on your heart and arteries. The best part? Lower weight also boosts your energy, helps balance your hormones, and makes your body more responsive to healthy habits. But if the thought of hitting the gym every day feels overwhelming, don't worry. You can get results without ever stepping foot on a treadmill. Because movement doesn't have to mean exercise. It can mean sneaking activity into your day without even noticing. Walking upstairs instead of taking the elevator, parking a little farther from the store, getting off the bus one stop early. These tiny changes stack up, and studies show being consistently active can slash your risk of heart disease by up to 35%. Imagine cutting your chances of a heart attack by 1/3 just by moving more. And when you frame it that way, suddenly exercise doesn't feel so impossible. But while movement helps, there's another everyday factor people often overlook: alcohol. A lot of people don't realize it, but alcohol raises blood pressure in 2 ways. First, it directly stresses your cardiovascular system. Second, it's packed with calories, which means weight gain, and that makes blood pressure even worse. Guidelines suggest keeping it to no more than 2 to 3 drinks a day, and less is always better. The tricky part? Drinks add up fast. A large glass of wine, for example, can be almost 3 units by itself. If alcohol raises pressure slowly over time, smoking takes it to another level immediately. Light up a cigarette, and within seconds your heart rate spikes, your blood vessels tighten, and your blood pressure shoots up. Do that over and over again, and your arteries start to narrow permanently. That's like trying to pump water through a shrinking pipe. More pressure, more strain, more damage. Every cigarette makes that strain worse. And while quitting isn't easy, it's one of the fastest ways to give your blood pressure, and your entire body, a break it desperately needs. So here's the big picture. Blood pressure doesn't just depend on your genes or your age. It's shaped by choices you make every single day. Salt, caffeine sensitivity, weight, movement, alcohol, smoking. Each one can push your numbers higher or bring them down. Doctors may prescribe medication, but your daily habits are more powerful than most people realize. The question is, which of these changes do you think would be the hardest for you to stick with? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button and share it with someone who could use these tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.